How about turn around and there we go. Thank you.
Oh, he's not even shooting us.
I got part of it.
Start beating her up.
Fight.
Cat fight.
Right. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm going to call you.
Good. She'll see it this next week.
Oh.
I'm going to take a picture this time. I'm going to have a camera on. What are you up to?
Going to school, studying psychology at Rick's.
At Rick's? Psychology at Rick's, huh? Good for you. That's great. What's your plans?
What's that?
What's your plans? You're going to become a psychologist and the whole works?
I don't know. Not sure yet.
Oh, yeah? Well, we need good Christian psychologists.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, good luck.
Thanks.
Where's the train ride? Train. It's 2:15.
Oh, there she is.
I guess when I said Mickey, you don't see Mickey very often.
Mickey. She's going to be over there this weekend.
Okay.
I was thinking Sheila when you said Mickey.
Mickey, you know that I said you. Not Sheila, but hi Sheila too.
Yeah, wave everybody.
Jan wants to tell you a dirty joke.
She doesn't know any dirty jokes.
Want a bat?
While we're waiting, I'll tell you what my you know what it takes to, you know what you have when you have 100 returns very
Not enough sand.
Oh, that's good.
They'll think we're the wrong race. So, I mean, not the wrong race, a different race. You know what I mean? Where's Polly?
She's right there. What camera you have?
Pardon?
We can tell what kind of camera you have. I thought he put it back in and carry it out. Give it a haircut.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Happy with the evidence.
Smile, everybody.
like that mud puddle.
Everybody's got a smile. There we go.
Let me get out of the road. I don't want to ruin that.
Why?
Down at Beezer's across from Scout Hollow.
The right train?
Just across from Scout Hollow, down by.
See, they call this a fish. What's it called?
I don't know.
What's this called?
Fishing,
Yeah, but it's a fish.
and you get a
Oh, got a spook.
I'm gonna go catch the evidence.
Don't look.
This is called a fish.
Wizard of Oz.
I mean, what are they? Fish pond. I remember when I used to do this as a kid. I could never figure that out.
Great fun.
Well, we got the evidence here.
Oh no.
But the secret is over the other side of the fish pond.
In the trees even.
Yeah. There we go.
Remember who all these people are on this video?
Well, at least I can go home and study them and say, now let's see. Norman had to leave, huh?
He did.
Is he going to be back or is he gone forever? Ah, there we go. She's doing intern work to finish her college this summer, and then they'll kind of settle down for them. But that's where they wanted to settle for a while.
What is she in college?
Physical therapy. More.
Oh my goodness, do it again. Hey Zach, we're
Tell me about the violin. Loud.
This is Grandpa Herman's Erickson Smith. I mean, Smith, no. Just Grandpa Erickson. Yeah.
I remember seeing that when I was a
It's
kid.
over 100 years old.
Did he ever play it?
He said he played Papa's Weasel.
Zach, come here. Zach.
That's all he played, huh?
Yep. That's what they said.
What, do you know what kind it is or anything?
Just a regular fiddle violin.
It doesn't have a brand name on it or anything, huh?
Well, oh, here we go. It just tells who it was made by.
Oh.
It says Jacobus Stainer.
Steiner?
Stainer in Abfam.
Ah. Well, neat.
Oh, I know. I was going to ask some trivial questions. Okay.
Ask me a trivial question?
Well, yeah, the audience.
Oh. And what trivial question?
Well, like, it's on over here. Yeah.
But it is listed.
Smile, Debbie.
Hey.
Did you get that?
Are you going to record the whole program for us?
Sure.
Is
If
that,
I can get out of singing.
is that VHS?
Yeah.
So you can make me a copy?
Good, yeah. If
I'll leave my camcorder in the car.
You'll have to remind me several times, but I will.
Oh, okay. So now I know.
I like to be reminded, so.
So you have listed. See, we get all the videos.
Got you again. Sorry to impose here a minute.
Oh, God. We know. So are you putting yourself on it?
No.
Why don't you look
We keep meat off of there as much as we can. We wouldn't, it'll break it. Yeah. See, I do once in a while, you know, then they can't.
Gardner performed when he won the Olympic gold medal. Okay, forward roll. Who can do it? Okay, go ahead. Good. Keep it going.
Keep going. Ow. Ow.
That hurt. Do the cartwheel.
That hurt me.
Okay. Okay. Good. We got some more forward roll. Do a forward roll. Okay. All right. Now the cartwheel. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Now, just like everybody, you've got troubles after all. Well, let me tell you, Mr. All the sorrow I have known. I had an old gray cat I couldn't bear to keep. He spent the nights out howling and he wouldn't let me sleep. So I put him in a box and I tied him up quite well. Had some fellas help me and I paid him not to tell. Oh, yeah, got it. Oh, the ladies of the harem of the court of King Caractacus were just passing by. All together now. Oh, the ladies of the harem of the court of King Caractacus were just passing by. Oh, the ladies of the harem of the court of King Caractacus were just passing by. Oh, the ladies of the harem of the court of King Caractacus were just passing by. That works for my dad. The ladies of the harem of the court of King Caractacus were just passing by. All the ladies of the ladies of the harem of the court of King Caractacus were just passing by. All the faces of the ladies of the harem of the court of King Caractacus were just passing by. Now the boys put the powder on the noses of the faces of the ladies of the harem of the court of King Caractacus were just passing by. Now the boys put the powder on the noses of the faces of the ladies of the harem of the court of King Caractacus were just passing by. Now the boys put the powder on the noses of the faces of the ladies of the harem of the court of King Caractacus were just passing by. Now the fascinating ladies of the ladies of the court of King Caractacus were just passing by. Oh, the fascinating ladies of the ladies of the powder on the noses of the faces of the ladies of the harem of the court of King Caractacus were just passing by. Oh, the fascinating ladies of the ladies of the powder on the noses of the faces of the ladies of the harem of the court of King Caractacus were just passing by. Oh, the fascinating ladies of the ladies of the powder on the noses of the faces of the ladies of the harem of the court of King Caractacus were just passing by. Now, the fascinating ladies of the ladies of the harem of the court of King Caractacus too late. Because they just passed by. Well, you want to sing something else so I can rest once? What do you want to sing?
I know an old lady who swallowed
Okay, stand up here, Art.
Get up there, I don't know why. We don't know why. I don't quite remember that.
Do you need it right now?
Start to
Sorry, Chris. So I have to find out more about this. Have you met Liz? I don't know why she swallowed the fly. I guess she'll die. I know an old lady who swallowed a spider.
Now how absurd.
Spider.
Nah.
Old lady who swallowed a spider. And wiggled and jiggled
And tickled inside her. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly. I don't know why she swallowed the fly. I guess she'll die. I know an old lady who swallowed a bird. How absurd to swallow a bird. She swallowed a bird to catch the spider. Wiggled and jiggled inside her. I don't know why she swallowed the fly. I guess she'll die. I know an old lady who swallowed a cat. Imagine that, she swallowed a cat. Meow! The cat to catch the bird. She swallowed the bird to catch the spider. She swallowed the spider to catch the spider. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly. I don't know why she swallowed the fly. I guess she'll die. Swallowed a dog. What caused to swallow the dog? Swallowed the cat, you catch the bird. Swallowed the bird, you catch the spider. Swallowed the spider. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly.
I don't know why she swallowed that dang fly.
I guess she'll die.
She'll die.
Spanish-American War, and the war lasted from April through August of that year. How many of you can picture what the ship looked like that he came over on?
The Titanic, right?
Like the Titanic, or was it like a wooden one with sails and masts and stuff like that?
Steamer.
It was a steamer. This is a picture of it. It was commissioned in 1880. That's when it went into service, and it was the Anchor Line. And it basically sailed from Londonderry, he's coming over on the Phoenicia. That was the name of the ship. And he claims that it was on or about the 1st of May when he left Gothenburg, Sweden. which was on the east coast, and then sailed into New York Harbor. So this is his petition for naturalization. It was entered in 1907 and approved in 1910. On his declaration or the intent to become a citizen, it listed him as being, the color was white, his complexion was light, he was 5 foot 9 inches tall, 175 pounds, light colored hair, and brown eyes. Now, I always thought he had blue eyes, but when they filled this out, it said that he had brown. Do you remember what color his eyes were? Maybe hazel or something. There are some blue-eyed Ericksons. So, I think that's the only place that it came from, because Grandma Gladys' side of the family was all brown. Now, he got here in 1898, so I looked up in the census records to see if I could find him here in Archer, and he was not here. So I tried back in Salt Lake City. In the 1900 census, he was living in Salt Lake City with his brother Carl and his wife. They lived on 2nd South, 569 East. I haven't actually checked, but I think that the building is probably still there.
Say the address again.
569 East, 2nd South.
Salt Lake.
And
Write it down, Deb.
Uncle Carl was a tailor at that time, and Grandpa worked as a laborer on the railroad. Did any of you know that? Now, in 1904, well, let's see, let me back up just a minute. In 1900, Carl, the first brother, purchased some land here in Archer. He bought it from Christian Nielsen, his wife Mary, Chris Nielsen, and he bought 80 acres for $300.
I'll pay double that for it right now.
It's where Aunt Edna's land is, all along that road, over to the ditch that's on the east side of Nolan's farm. So that 80 acres right out here, just behind where this new property is for the new home. That was in 1900. Then in 1904, Carl and Erickson, he was living here at that time, and his wife Anna, they deeded 45 acres to Herman for $1. And
I'll pay
so
double that for it.
That's Aunt Edna's property over to this road right here, just a little bit on the other side. It takes 5 acres on the other side. And Vanetta and Norman's father, Alfred, Sventa Alfred Erickson, was deeded the other 35 acres for $1. And I kind of think what happened is that Carl and Herman and some of the rest of them worked there in Salt Lake, earned some money, and then came up and bought the properties. And then they had it as part of a family, and so as the family needed it, then they deeded it over to the other groups. Now in 1910, they had moved up here. As was mentioned before, Herman and Gladys were married in 1904. And so they and, let's see, there was Carl, who was the oldest brother. Herman was the next one. And then Matilda was the next younger daughter, and then Emma was the youngest. And Emma had married Elisha Grover, and and they live down in this area on Grover Lane, I would presume. Matilda had married Hillary Kane, and they lived down toward Lloyd's store, somewhere in that vicinity. I haven't pinned it down just yet. And then Herman and Gladys, Eugene, Alvin, and Henry were living over here in a little log cabin. And some of you have seen a copy or a picture of them being in a house there. That's where Carl lived. Okay. But Herman, your dad, lived over here.
Bought the part where I live.
Yeah. So look at this. I'm going to give a copy to Debbie, and she's going to try to scan it and send it out by the internet to you. I also have a map here of the Archer area of Madison County, and they were so small that they said they would put the beds down at night and hang the chairs on the wall. And then in the morning, they put the bed up against the wall and bring the chairs down. Did you have, what kind of living conditions did you have then?
I don't remember that. We must have more room.
Okay. But that's, yes. When was the barn built? Was it built before you moved down here? Or?
It was being built when we moved down here. Same man built the home. Built the barn.
Okay. I kind of wondered if Grandpa...
Pretty impressive. Okay, in this book, if you didn't find you or your grandkids or your kids or somebody missing, if somebody's missing from this chart, take the pages out of this book. There's a page for every family, and just write anything down that's missing, and we'll get that recorded so we can keep track of our entire family. Also, I have two websites that I want to make a little plug for. One is called ericksonconnection.com, and that right now is an advertisement for this reunion, and when I get home I'll start converting it. It'll be a it'll be a virtual reunion, so the people who couldn't get here can come and see what we did. There will be some sound clips on there, and there will be some pictures. And then there's another one that you'll find a little plug for on there. It's called myfamily.com. And what this is a place where you, anybody who has access to the internet, can go to this site. You have to log in with a password. So first you have to send me an email. And on the Erickson Connection website, you will find my email address. You can send me an email, and I will send you a password. And then with that password, that allows you to get on the site, download anything that's there, put anything that you want on there. If you have any family histories or journals or pictures or just comments. I was really motivated, and I can't really explain it, but I believe that I have been touched by the spirit of Elijah, and I want to, be connected to my roots and to my cousins and aunts and uncles. And anyway, I don't believe I'm so choked up about this, but I'm grateful to everybody who came and everybody who's helped out on the program, everybody who brought us food, and I'm looking forward to hearing from my great aunts and uncles, and just really appreciate everybody who's come and was willing to participate in all of this. And I want to take a poll here and say, in 2 years, who wants to have this reunion again?
Yeah.
Who wants to help with this reunion in 2 years? All right. Okay, well, we got to get connected. Another thing I have, this is an address list, and I do not have enough of you guys in here, your addresses, your phone numbers, and your email addresses. This is totally for just family communications. I hate junk email. I don't believe in it, so don't worry, we're not getting you on any junk email list. But if you want to get your family connected, and we share email with each other and all that kind of stuff, come on and write your stuff on the address list and in this family list here with all of your birthdays and your kids and all that kind of stuff.
Aunt Viola is here.
Yay.
We're so fortunate to have such a wonderful woman in our family. And she had a sister that was part of our family as well, Aunt Frona. Both of them touched our family with talent and all sorts of things. Anyway, Aunt Viola.
How much time do I have?
Keep talking.
Okay, I have two. I don't very often write a comical poem. Most of you, or many of you, have heard this first one. It's called Stackyard Rodeo. When Denver was little, he and his friend Brig used to go out in the pen where we stacked our hay. And that's where we also kept the young calves. And they would ride the calves. And so I wrote this poem about that, called Stackyard Rodeo. Well, Brig and me went out to see if we could ride a calf. And all the stuff that happened there, I guess would make you laugh. The calves was out behind the barn, out with the hay and stuff. There was two blacks and that there red, and he was pretty tough. Well, first we took the black ones on. They wasn't very big. I grabbed the first one around the neck and held him still for Brig. He straddled him and locked his legs, and then I let him go. And boy, the way he bucked and kicked, well, it was sure a show. Brig sat there hanging on for life. He looked just like a clown with his old head a-bobbing and a jerking up and down. He had a brand new straw hat on that he had bought in town, and it come sailing through the air and landed on the ground. About that time, the calf came down and landed in the hat. He went right through up to his knee before he could say scat. Well, I just laughed till I near died to see the sight they made. The calf with Brig upon his back and Brig's hat on his leg. Kind of got ahead of myself. About that time, Brig hit the ground, then got up kind of slow, and I caught the calf to get the hat, and Brig said, let her go. So then we cornered my black calf, and soon I was all set. Remembered not to bite my lip. Mom always tells me that. Because once I almost did it through when I fell off and lighted, so now Mom always says, don't bite your lip when you're excited. The calf I drove just wouldn't buck, but he could run like thunder. And sometimes I was on his back, and sometimes almost under. And Brig was running along behind, laughing and yelling, and gosh, how many miles we went there. Well, there just ain't no telling. And then Mom came around the barn to see how I was faring. My calf just gave one great big leap, then stopped and stood a-staring. But did I stop? Oh, brother, no. My landing was a dilly. I scooted into Mom kerplunk and almost knocked her silly. I hoped that this would be a time when Mom was understanding, and I was lucky because she laughed and said, watch where you're landing. So then we said, well, now the red, and who's to be the victim? Draw straws, Mom said. That's always fair. She laughed and went and picked them. Well, Brig took one and I took one. And we knew Mom was teasing because she had broken both the same. It didn't make no reason. Mom laughed. That means you're both to ride. Come on, I'll help you catch them. But I said, Mom, why don't you ride? Your red hair was just matching. So Brig and me grabbed onto Mom, and honest, it was funny the way she started coaxing us and talking sweet as honey. Well, we just laughed and drug her on. And then she started scrapping, and boy, she was a job to hold, a-kicking and slapping. We seized her and asked her would she like a feather killer, but she said no, she'd rather have about a 10-foot willer. You should have seen the fight she made. Oh boy, was it a beauty. And do you know that calf stood still just like it was his duty? Well, when we got Mom boosted on, Oh boy, you should have heard her. 1 minute talking sweet as pie, then yelling bloody murder. I guess she would have jumped right off if she'd have had a minute. That calf exploded like a bomb. Boy, bucking wasn't in it. His first jump lifted Mom way up, and she come down from spasm. She got a chokehold on his neck and rode him to a frazzle. He bucked and groaned and kicked and moaned, but Mom just squeezed him tighter. He dived and turned and jumped and squirmed. Boy, he was sure a fighter. And then I started getting scared. The show was sure a honey. But what was Dad gonna say? That calf was worth real money. Mom yelled just like a savage in a movie's jungle dancing. And that red calf just went right on a jumping and a prancing. I looked at Greg, Greg looked at me, and gosh, we didn't laugh, because we had both begun to feel right sorry for that calf. His eyes rolled back, his tongue hung out, he couldn't even beller. The way Mom squeezed his neck, it was just enough to scare a feller. Then Dad drove up and run right out. And he said, thunderation, he thought the Blackfoot Indians was a murdering the nation. He caught the calf and took Mom off. He had to do some yanking. And I thought, here's where Brig and me is going to get a spanking. Mom told him how it happened, and her voice was surely shaking. I thought his eyes was twinkling. Then I guessed I was mistaken. And then he glared at us and said, now young men, from hereafter, but weren't no use. He stopped right there and doubled up with laughter. Well, Mom looked mad as all get out and left us for her laughter. And suddenly I felt ashamed and I went running after. And do you know she winked at me just like I was the winner? That's funny, Mom. She went right in and baked a pie for dinner. This one is called The Bare Necessities. My name's Sid Pate. They say that I'm a friendly sort of feller, but some don't even know my name. They call me Storyteller. I go about from here to there and gather bits of news and chew it up and spit it out between and where I choose. I know you heard that Ed Jones died. It was covered by the press. He lived 120 years. About long enough, I guess. Well, one day, Ed's great-great-grandson, his name was Dustin Ryrie, was going through Ed's leavings, and he ran across Ed's diary. He read his grandpa's story of his scouting expertise and how he tamed the frontier with a bare necessity. Now, Dustin Ryrie all his life had lived inside a city. He figured milk was made of snow and eggs by a committee. But when he read his grandpa's book, he thought it was uncanny how generations of his kin said, son, get off your fanny. There's gold in them there hills, they said. You just can't get around it. The stuff's got to still be there because Grandpa never found it. Them ghostly voices egged him on through what Grandpa had written, and Dustin made a quick resolve, just like he had been bitten. I'm tired of city smoke, he said. I long for country air. Them honking horns and screeching brakes is more than I can bear. So with his grandpa's listless guide, he took his wife and child, and with the bare necessities, he went into the wild. He took some seed, some salt and beans. He took an axe and shovel. With these, he said uncertainly, I think I'll build a hovel. Now, Beth, his wife, she loved her man, and neatly said her prayers, and said, I'll follow where you lead, but I'm sure scared of bears. He raised his grandpa's blunderbuss and shouted ever louder, don't fear, my love, and didn't know the dang thing needed powder. Well, Beth took makeup and a kit, a blower for her hair, a lacy robe, some high-heeled shoes, a dress for evening wear. The kid was smartest of them all. He planned to live it up. He packed his stuffed koala bear, a dinky book, and cup. They drove the car way out west and parked it by a rock. Then Justin stood and looked around, debating, taking stock. Them is the hills we see, he said, and stepped to a boulder, then staggered forward underneath the pack upon his shoulders. They struggled on for many days through fences, fields, and ditches. Three-cornered snags began to sprout in dusty, sooty britches. At last they reached the wooden hill. Not one time did they swerve, but leaned to rest against a sign marked Wilderness Preserve. "I claim this land," cried Justin, and with a dramatic thud, he tied a flag upon a stick and jammed it in the mud. Beth found him later and kneeling down, a shovel in his hand, a puzzled frown upon his face. "I just don't understand. How can one single mountain man get started in production when someone failed to send along a booklet of instructions?" Beth wandered off among the trees, not spurred by trials of hands, but searching for an outlet she could plug her blower in. "Well, first I guess I'll plant the seed," said Justin. "Then tomorrow we'll gather in our bountiful crops and never have to borrow." He dug a hole and dumped the seed into the mountain soil and thought next day there would be food to pay for all his toil. Meanwhile, the baby crawled into a cave just slightly squeaky, where kittens scratched their mama's milk and baby shared a squeaky. That night some friendly bears came down and lacked away their littles, and baby stuffed koala bear and booked on Chicken Little. "We've got to eat," cried Justin when the morning finally came. "My great-great-granddad ate his boots, and we will do the same." Beth watched him heat the water and then take off his slippery shoes and drop them in the kettle. Then she said, "I have some news. You say your granddad ate his boots. I hate to be sarcastic, but honey, I just don't believe his boots were made of plastic." The baby watched his daddy's face. Poor daddy was no winner. Then climbed back to the skunk's warm den to share the kitten's dinner. Then Justin said, "I'll shoot a deer and solve our problem quick." He drew a bead upon the dough and heard a tiny click. He kind of caught the blunderbuss and bang a little louder, but still he didn't realize the dang thing needed powder. "Don't shoot her, Justin," Beth cried out. "Just look how dear and sweet." But he just rubbed his belly and said, "Hey, we gotta eat." He calmly threw a bead again upon the mama deer. The sole result? A four-pronged buck attacked him from the rear. Then, quiet as shadows from the trees, came 20 Indians, painted just like the warriors on TV. Beth took one look and fainted. They rushed to help her. "Sorry, we're just practicing our role for our fake Indian massacre tonight at Jackson Hole." Then Justin said, "You know the wilds and stuff that we're not knowing, so tell which plants are safe to eat when all our crops are growing." "Gee," he sadly shook his head. "If we knew how, we'd teach you. Right now, we got to go to town and get ourselves a pizza." Meanwhile, the baby crawled on up and visited the lair where Mama Bruin rocked and sang with his koala bear. He cuddled up within her arms against her fur so deep, and he and his koala bear both drifted off to sleep. "Well," Justin said, "I'll build my shack to shelter from the breeze." He grabbed a shovel like a club and started whacking trees. And that was when the ranger came and stared in utter awe at all the clutter strung about and doubted what he saw. He stood right up and shouted, "Hey, you can't build nothing there. This place is not for human men. This land's reserved for bears." He yelled so loud they had no choice. And though it made them grieve, they sadly gathered up their stuff and packed their bags to leave. The baby crawled back down the hill and waved back at the lair, and Mama Bruin tossed him down his stuffed koala bear. Now Beth and Justin know their place is not where nature calls, but where the city's brilliant lights seem home-like after all. Still, Justin likes to tell his friends that when these monstrous trees he came to the mighty frontier with a bare necessity.
I guess the best people to follow Viola would be her son, Denver.
I want to thank Polly for helping me out. Practice quite a bit.
Wait a minute. Not Maxwell back there.
Lisa.
I went across to Switzerland to ride the yodeler's beat. I learned the yodel with the yodel. Climbed the big high mountain on a clear and sunny day. Fell in love with the yodeling gal and couldn't get away. She taught me the yodel. She taught me the yodel. I love the yodel. I'm getting my breath. Easy while you're singing to the yodel. First you take a deep breath and you exhale 1, 2, 3. Then you'll hear the yodel if you listen close to me. This is how the yodel is. This is how the yodel is. I love the yodel.
Memory. An 80-year-old couple were having problems remembering things, so they decided to go to the doctor and be checked to make sure that nothing was wrong. When they arrived at the doctor, they explained to the doctor about the problems they were having with their memory. After checking a couple out, the doctor tells them they're physically okay, but they might want to start writing things down and make notes to help them remember things. The couple thanked the doctor and left. Late that night, while watching TV, the old man got up from his chair and his wife asked, "Where are you going?" He replies, "To the kitchen." She asks, "Will you give me a bowl of ice cream?" He replies, "Sure." She then asks him, "Don't you think you should write it down so you can remember it?" He said, "No, I can remember that." She then says, "Well, I also would like some strawberries on top. You had better write that down because I know you'll forget that." He said, "I can remember that. You want a bowl of ice cream with strawberries?" And then she replied, "Well, I would also like some ice cream on top. I know you will forget that, so you better write that down." With irritation in his voice, he said, "I don't need to write that down. I can remember that." He then fumes into the kitchen. After 20 minutes, he returns to the kitchen and hands her a plate of bacon and eggs. She stares at the plate for a moment and said, You forgot my toast. It's a musical reading, but I'll just say it. Okay. Just picture a hobo. I used to dress like a hobo in my dad's overalls and his hat on my head. Okay. The sun comes up and the sun goes down. The hands on the clock keep turning around. I just get up and it's time to lay down. Life gets tedious, don't it? My shoes are untied, but I don't care. I ain't figured on going anywhere. I just have to wash my hair. and comb it, and that's just wasted effort. Water in the well, it's getting lower and lower. Can't take a bath for 6 months more. But I've heard it said, and I think it's true, I'm sure, that too much bath no weekend yet. I open the door and the flies swarm in. I shut the door and I'm sweating again. I move too fast and crack my shin. Just one darn thing after another. Old brown mule, he must be sick. I jabbed him in the rump with a pin on a stick. He just humped his back, but he wouldn't kick. There's nothing, let's see, wait a minute. There's something cockeyed somewhere. A mouse a-chawing on the pantry door. He's been out for a month or more, but he's through his shorty, so there ain't a darn thing in there. Hound dog howling, so forlorn. He's the laziest dog that ever was born. He's howling 'cause he's sitting on a thorn and just too tired to move over. The tin roof leaks and the chimney leans. There's a hole, well anyway, there's a hole in the seat of my old blue jeans. And I get the last of the pork and beans. Just can't depend on nothing. Cows gone dry and the hens won't lay. Fish quit biting last Saturday. Troubles pile up day by day. And now I think I'm getting dandruff. Grief and misery, pains and woes, debts and taxes, and so it goes. And now I think I'm getting the cold in the nose. Life gets tasteless, don't it?
Duncan needs Angie and Spencer.
Had a mighty fine crew. They sailed across the channel to their ship did sink. And so will you, and so will you, if you don't take a rig of bamboo. A rig of bamboo. Now what is that? It's something made by the Princess Pat. It's red and gold. And the purple too. That's why it's called a rig of bamboo.
You mean Song of Love? And our whole family sang it for Mom and Dad on their 50th anniversary. And we thought since this was an Erickson reunion, we want to pay tribute to Herman and Gladys and the ones who are living, of their children and their spouses. And although we haven't even practiced very many years. someone who was meant for me only, to share in my destiny. When I found you, my sweetheart, my darling, the world seemed in sweet harmony, for I knew we were meant for each other, for time and eternity. Oh, my darling, my sweetheart, my angel, you alone were meant for me, for this frail existence never, but for all eternity. All the years we have lived here together, mid pleasures and trouble and strife, you have been a most faithful companion, fulfilling my measures of life. And when all my work here is completed, and the Master is calling my name, there will be no enchantment in heaven till we meet and are lovers again. Oh, my darling, my sweetheart, my angel, you alone were meant for me, for this frail existence never, but for all eternity, for all eternity.
I like the Lennon sisters. Beautiful.
Mom, do you have any other people in the family who do something? I wanted to say that I think these are really important because I met Debbie 23 years ago, I think, or longer, 30 maybe years ago at one of these Herman reunions, and then we met in northern Idaho, and we shouldn't have met. Oh, come here. This cute little kid is this.
George.
Okay.
That's Zacharias.
Oh, just one of your nephews. Oh, okay. Oh, this is Kelly's kid. Anyway, we wrote, I wouldn't have met Debbie without these reunions, and we went to college and we've written a lot of years. And we wanted to go to Sweden. In fact, we were supposed to go to Sweden in March, and it didn't work out, and we were trying to take my mom. We wanted to take Aunt Olive. Where is she? But she said we had to go to the bathroom every 2 hours. And then my mom had surgery, and we can't be in that end to go. But I think that we all ought to plan a Swedish excursion. And Debbie and I are going to Sweden sometime, and if anybody wants to go, email Debbie. I'm not very good on the computer. So anyway, I had some awards for the Erickson family. This is the Archer Farms Market. This is for the Herman Erickson family in Archer, Idaho, because this brand name of Archer Farms is actually named after Archer, Idaho. I know. I researched it, and it's Archer Farms. Have you ever seen this brand before? Target. Yeah, I know Target. I'm sure they probably travel through Archer, Idaho, and Archer Farms, and there's a lot of products named after Archer Farms. So I'm going to give out some awards to all the kids in Herman and Gladys' families. And so the first one, my mom Phyllis, she tried to be a lifesaver for Ada, So, Mom, come up here. Who's older than you? Olive and then Ada, right? Some lifesavers, because does everybody know the story of how my mom tried to pull the heater out of the bathtub? She said, Mom, there's one more for you, so stay up here. In the bathtub, and the heater fell in, and her mom had just taken her out of the tub, and she went and tried to pull the heater out. Is that how the story goes?
Yeah, that's the way I remember it.
And so she tried to be a lifesaver. And the other story I remember about my mom when she was growing up is that the brothers, right, Uncle Norman, used to cover up my mom with hay, and she'd swear.
That thistles and mice. She around my neck.
She used to swear a lot, so I thought that she needs to learn how not to swear and to use the substitutes for the swear words, so I found this little game called Flip and Fetch. So she can learn how to say flip and fetch. That's the new cuss words. Somebody in Uncle Bernard's family can come up and get the Farmer Brown Award, the cows award. Bernard had cows too. Where's somebody from Bernard's family? Anybody here from Bernard's family? Yeah. Did you guys have cows too?
Forever.
Okay. What did you say?
Forever.
Oh, forever. So you guys get the Bernard's, the Farmer Brown Award. And I just want to let you know that everybody in Utah raves about spud nuts. And I remember that your mom used to make donuts out of mashed potatoes, right? I tried them once, they were really good. So I tried making them. I mean, it took me like 4 days. So I'm still buying
You didn't figure out how to get the holes in them.
Ken has holes in his head, so you know. Okay, and I just remember that Uncle Howard, somebody from Dallas, I'll give this to you. He used to act like a bear. So Uncle Howard gets the Big Bear Award like 2 years ago. Steve and I first married him, and that was really fun. We got to do that. And Uncle Norman, come up here. Uncle Norman can still bench press 350 pounds. Oh, 351. If he was out irrigating last night, he gets his big hunk award. You used to take him to the dances with you?
Oh, I used to play for him while he and Bessie taught dance.
Oh, wow.
Oh my!
And then did he used to lift you guys up on his hands or something like that? Wow.
75 years ago.
Okay. What I remember about Aunt Olive and Uncle Eddie growing up is the goodie drawer. And is Aunt Olive here?
She's here.
Oh, is she hiding? Oh, there she is. She always hides when people talk about her. Yeah, okay. So this is the goodies. She always had the goodie drawer. You take it to her. And what I remember about Aunt Edna is her raisin-filled cookies. And so here's some raisin-filled chocolates for Aunt Edna. Here you go. Your word. Whoops. Okay, and we have one relative almost down here, Matt. Are you here still, Matt? Oh, shoot. Okay. Yeah.
He lives in Oregon. He lives in.
Okay. Uncle Stanley, I remember all the war stories. He's a World War II hero. And some warheads for going to war.
Eddie was pretty good at telling war stories, too.
Yeah. What? Oh, what? Did you want to say something? Okay. And Uncle Henry was the only one that spoke Swedish, right? Is that right? So here's somebody from Uncle Henry's family.
Todd.
Todd. I'll give this to you.
Oh,
And
yes.
I heard that you guys were thinking of starting your store again, so here's a little store kit to get your got some money and a little calculator, little cash register and a credit card. Okay, and for Aunt Viola and Uncle Eugene, Aunt Viola is our resident Pulitzer Prize winner. And so she's the smarty of the family, writing a book and having it on the internet for sale on Amazon.com. And this is for your next book for Aunt Viola, so you can have, here's your story pad and pictures. You can draw your own pictures and for your next book that you write. And the raspberry suckers are all the raspberries that you grow. Alvin's family, and they just kind of disappeared up into northern Idaho, and they're back here today after 30 years probably in Archer and 22 years at the last family reunion. Carrie, come up here. Well, any one of the Alvin's family, and so they get, since Alvin's family kind of disappeared up into northern Idaho, they get the Atlantis Award, the Lost Empire. And they have come back. Carrie, why don't you come up here? And I think he's giving everybody massages. Are you and Sue giving everyone massages after this one's over? the Lost Empire Award. Alvin's family.
And we have Angie has a story. Yeah. Come on.
Rinda Seller was a get alone who lived in a hick house with a muggly ugly and sugly Easton. Dan A, the muggly ugly and sugly Eastons were going to the fancy fun. But Rinda Seller couldn't go, so she fat by the cyclist. And when the fellow was headed, the Gary Fondmother appeared. Rinda Seller, said the Gary Fondmother, you can go to the fancy fall, but remember, at the swell, the cankin turns into a punch. So, Rinda Seller went to the fancy fall, and there she met the friends of his, and they linen fur, linen fur. But as the trouble swell, Rinda Seller ran from the fancy fall, and there on the steps she slopped her dripper. The prince of Mints picked up the slop dripper and took it to all the houses in the kingdom. When he got to Rinda Seller's house, he tried it on the muggly other. It did. He tried it on the sugly Easters. It did them either. But when he tried it on Rinda Seller, it did, and she married the prince of Mints, and they lived happily ever after. The story of the Murray is if you're to love with the prince of Mints, don't forget to slop your dripper.
I appreciate Polly for stepping into a couple.
I might not get the chorus right now.
Just close. Oh, by the way, the name of this song is Lost Sheep on the Mountain.
Oh, yeah.
And it really portrays how a sheep feels lost on the mountain. Hey, what about the mattress then?
Oh, get him. Hey, he can sing acapella too.
Yeah. Hey, I forgot to mention, I don't think we're giving a thank you to the people that put this on. Greg and Arlena, would you stand up? Greg and Arlena. all your hard work. We appreciate all you've done to put this together. Let's give them a round of applause.
This is how Atlanta would sneeze for us in junior high, right now. Bus number 7 into Rexford. She'd go, she may still do it that way. She's right about not and then I noticed as I drove in today, all these nice vehicles. For the year 2001, they're really, we should give each other a big hand. Those are really nice. And I noticed that most of them were red and white, and some green, some black, and not many blue ones, not light blue. Now, 2 weeks before my dad died, we had a birthday party for him. He was 88 years old. And I happened to look out in that driveway along this highway there, and there was not one blue car. They were either red or white or green. None of them were blue. I just thought you'd like to know. We have Uncle Norman, but I also want you to know that Aunt Maddie and Uncle Norman's family, Aunt Maddie was such a wizard in cooking, making those cinnamon rolls. I tell you, I dream of them still. Also, today we're going to have a few surprise guests. Elvis was going to come, but he had laryngitis. Then we have Uncle Norman and Bessie, and I want to give them a hand because I think they're so beautiful. And Bessie, and Phyllis, Uncle Melvin. Tanya's new husband.
Yeah.
But it was nice to see Tanya.
When I look into your faces, when I look into your faces, happy to visualize and realize that you're all connected with Herman and Gladys. Erickson. We used to live in this house over here. Before that, we lived a quarter of a mile south of the barn, got a big barn. Now, if you can realize or visualize what it would be like to have all the houses, this church house and this building, all gone. And just this house over here. That was our church when I was a kid. Oh, Carl Erickson house up here. That's what it was like. You didn't have to worry about going to the bathroom. Now, you always have to go back home. I remember another thing that is different. In days gone by, we, the boys, lived up in the barn. Slept up in the barn. Just about the same as lived there during the winter. We would, on Sunday mornings, milk the cows, do the chores, come down to the house, change clothes, come back, change clothes, go to Sunday school. Then come back, change clothes, go up to the barn again. And then come back, change clothes again for sacrament meeting at 2 o'clock. Then we go home, change clothes again, do the river, come back for conjoined meeting. Let's do that on Sunday night. How do you like that schedule? Anyway, that barn up there represents a lot of things. I remember somebody who talked about this microphone business. In the old days, we had one of the first radios in the country. Mom's died and we gave her $500. And she got a radio. It's not this long, not this big. It had 7 miles to tune in to the station. And it had a great big loudspeaker. It's about this wide and about this tall. When the radio played out, we got other things. I would take that big horn, crawl up on top of the barn, and bell her like a bull. And the bull down in the yard wouldn't respond to me. And he would bell her back, kneel down on his front knees, dig his arms in the ground. I can take the tail, Sam Grover used to say. Afterwards, I'd be sure to walk the back way, come way down the road, go to the house for supper. Well, let's see. You got a picture of what it was like when I was a kid. I want to tell you about my mother. She surprised me with something awful. She wanted to go down to Uncle Life's Grover's place and to Emma's place. And it was in wintertime. I got the horses on the sleigh, and they started out. Now Eugene, bless his heart, he was a perfectionist in driving. He would stand up there with his lines tight. Horses would act just so if they wouldn't be looking at the line. And I was doing the same. I thought I was doing the same. But Mom says, let me have those lines. And I was shocked. I thought, what will happen now? So I gave them to her. She was flopping up and down like that, and the horses took off running. And she said, if we didn't go all day, we'd better get down there. I thought we would run away, but the horses soon got tired and settled down and minded their own business. We used to go swimming. Right over here, it used to be a 5-acre orchard. We didn't have any summer fun. We went in our birthplaces. Wasn't anybody around to look. We had a good time. We used to take delight in getting Dad to go swimming with us or cleaning after a hot day in the hayfield. You know what we'd use for soap? We'd use mud. Rub it all over, wash it off. It'd be clean. Well, I think that's enough to show you what it was like in my day. Thank you all.
You need some
My wife and I live all alone in Will Clark. She loves Jim and I love Ron. I tell you, we have lots of fun. Little black Jake and I love me. Little black Jake and I love me. If I had a cow that gave such milk, I'd dress her in the finest silk. Feed her on the choicest days. Milk her 40 times a day. Little round Jake and I love me. Right down here is the pigeon line. We'll sing it like this. Ham and eggs, ham and eggs. I like mine the nice and brown.
I like mine turned upside down.
Ham and eggs, ham
And eggs.
flippin',
Flopping,
flippin',
flopping,
ham
and eggs.
Okay,
One more time.
Year-old stuff is real.